Welcome, everyone, to the deep dive. Today, we've got something really interesting. What if your actual physical property, like, say, your apartment or a piece of land, could be directly linked to the blockchain?
And not just, as a record, right?
Exactly. Not just a digital note, but like a verifiable asset you could actually use in decentralized finance. Imagine the possibilities there for wealth, for opportunity.
It opens up a lot.
It really does. So that's the fascinating idea we're going to unpack today. We're focusing on the Matrix project.
Right. I've been looking through their white paper. It details this proof of green blockchain tech they've developed.
And this really unique concept they call property NFTs. Our sources, primarily this white paper, really lay out how Matrix is trying to build, well, a bridge.
A solid bridge, yeah, between traditional real-world assets and the whole decentralized economy.
So our mission today, let's uncover the key parts, the potential benefits, and the pretty ambitious vision behind Matrix.
We should definitely look at how they're planning to use things like quantum computing and AI.
Yeah.
That caught my eye.
Yeah, to build this sustainable and efficient ecosystem. And here's a little hook. Think about a digital token.
The NZT48 token.
That's the one. It doesn't just power their DX, their decentralized exchange, but it could give holders dividends, a say in governance.
All while aiming for a more accessible financial revolution, as they put it.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning. What exactly is Matrix, based on the sources?
Well, fundamentally, they position themselves as the first project based on this proof of green POG blockchain tech.
Proof of green. Okay.
And they claim it's powered by a quantum computer and AI. Now, that's a big claim, focusing on sustainability.
Right. And its main goal.
The main goal seems to be building that sustainable, efficient ecosystem. Practically speaking, its primary function is as a decentralized exchange, a DXX.
But designed for, what, an easier user experience?
Apparently so, yeah. Streamlined user experience is what they emphasize.
Okay, so if Matrix is the ecosystem, you mentioned the token NZT48. That's the engine, right?
Absolutely. NZT48 is central. The documentation highlights key benefits for holders. Getting dividends, which is always attractive. And actively participating in the platform's development and success,
right.
Governance, essentially.
And they have a website for this.
Yeah. The source mentioned https://www.nzt48.app for more details.
So NZT48 fuels it, but what's the bigger picture? The grand purpose of Matrix? Why build all this?
Looking at their overall vision, it really seems to be about enabling anyone, that's the word they use, to participate in this financial revolution that blockchain is driving.
Democratizing access, kind of.
Exactly. By combining these green technologies, smart contracts, and the decentralized platform, they want to make crypto trading and the benefits of this whole ecosystem much more accessible.
Breaking down barriers.
That's the idea. Lowering those traditional barriers to entry.
Okay, you mentioned quantum computing and AI powering proof of green. Now, for listeners who know blockchain, but maybe less about these specific integrations, how exactly do quantum and AI help with sustainability or efficiency here? Are they just buzzwords?
That's a fair question. The white paper is a bit high level on the exact mechanics, but it suggests quantum computing could enable potentially super efficient consensus. Maybe even post-quantum secure stuff.
Which would use less energy.
Precisely. A huge drop in energy use compared to, say, proof of work.
Yeah.
That lines up with the green angle.
And the AI part.
AI could be doing several things. Optimizing how network resources are used, maybe analyzing transaction patterns to boost security, spot fraud, or even fine-tuning the DX performance itself. Basically using advanced computing to make the whole thing run leaner and greener. It's about efficiency and a lighter footprint.
Got it. Okay, so foundation laid. Let's talk about a key tech choice. Building on Polygon. Why Polygon? What does it bring to Matrix?
Polygon looks like a very deliberate choice. It's a well-known scaling solution for Ethereum, right?
Right. Faster, cheaper transaction.
Exactly, which is absolutely vital for any DAX or DApp that wants real usage. The sources point out a few specific advantages. Low fees, obviously, makes trading much more appealing.
Crucial.
High scalability can handle lots of transactions quickly, good for growth. Then there's Ethereum compatibility.
So you get Ethereum security?
But at a much lower cost. Big plus. And finally, Polygon itself has robust security and reliability through its validation methods. Builds trust.
Makes sense. Okay, let's get into the money side. NZT48 tokenomics. What are the numbers? How's it structured?
Right, the tokenomics, they seem geared towards long-term stability. The total supply is fixed. 1 billion NZT48, that's it.
1 billion. And fixed means fixed.
Fixed and non-negotiable, according to the docs.
Yeah.
No more can ever be created. That's meant to protect the long-term value.
Okay. What about fees?
There's a 5% fee on purchases and another 5% on sales. Pretty standard structure.
And where do those fees go? How are they distributed?
They break it down quite clearly. 20% of the fees go to dividends for holders, 10% is for marketing, another 10% is for token burning.
Burning, so reducing the total supply over time.
Exactly. Potentially increasing value. And the biggest chunk, 60%, goes back into liquidity to keep the market stable.
That dividend system sounds key. You mentioned 20% of fees go there. How does that actually work for someone holding the token?
Yeah, it's one of their main incentive mechanisms, really pushing for long-term holding. To get dividends, you need to hold over 100,000 NZT48 tokens.
Okay. So there's a threshold.
There is. And those dividends are funded directly by the transaction fees we just talked about. They're paid out periodically, and it's proportional. The more tokens you hold above the threshold, the bigger your share.
Encourages people to hold and participate, right?
That's the goal. Foster a healthy, engaged ecosystem where commitment is rewarded.
Okay, now for what sounds like the really groundbreaking part. Property NFTs. This is where they try to link the real world to the digital, right?
Yeah.
Tell us about this matrix lending protocol and these NFTs.
Yeah, this is potentially a huge step in asset tokenization.
Yeah.
The matrix lending protocol introduces what they call a new standard of digital value, literally anchored in the real world. Property NFTs.
So not just digital art.
Definitely not. These are automatically generated when someone buys a physical property, an apartment, land, a house. They act as a unique, verifiable, and tradable digital representation of that actual asset right there on the blockchain.
Wow.
And the significance, they see this paving the way for real integration between DeFi, staking, and traditional investments. It's meant to be that bridge between old finance and the decentralized world.
That is a huge leap. I mean, if you own a home, this isn't just a digital deed copy. It's like making your house itself a liquid tradable asset. That's a paradigm shift, isn't it?
It absolutely could be a massive shift.
So how does it work step by step? If I buy a property, how do I get this NFT? Walk us through those 5 steps they outline.
Okay, they lay it out quite clearly. Step 1 is straightforward. Purchase the property. You buy your physical property, then you provide proof of purchase via a verified form on the Matrix platform.
Verified form. Okay.
Then step 2, participation in the Matrix ecosystem. To be eligible for the NFT, you need to buy NZT48 tokens worth at least 2% of the property's value.
2%. How do they figure that out?
It's estimated based on the NZT48 price against major currencies like Euro, USD, or even Matic.
Okay. And once you have that 2% in NZT48, what happens? You just hold it.
No, that leads directly to step 3, mandatory staking. That 2% worth of NZT48 is automatically locked into their staking system for at least 12 months.
12 months mandatory lock. But you get rewards for that staking.
Yes, it generates regular staking rewards.
Right.
But, and this is important, you cannot withdraw those state funds early. They're locked for the full period.
Right. Stability mechanism again. What's next?
Step 4, issuance of the property NFT. After the staking is initiated, a custom ERC-721 NFT is generated and sent to your wallet. This becomes your digital proof of ownership.
And it contains specific info.
Yeah, the metadata is key. They give examples like NFT type, property NFT, your owner wallet address, property location like Lyon, France, the real estate value, say 100,000 ERR, the in-staked amount, stake duration, 12 months, the mint date, and crucially, verified. True.
Okay, that metadata seems really important. Things like the owner's wallet, location, value, and especially that verified true flag. Why are those specific pieces of data so vital for this NFT to work as proof of ownership and potential collateral?
Good question. Each piece is critical. The owner wallet obviously links the digital token to the actual owner on the blockchain that's non-negotiable.
Right.
Property location and real estate value ground it in the real world.
Yeah.
They provide the core verifiable facts about the physical asset it represents. That's the link.
And the verified flag.
That's the stamp of legitimacy.
Here.
Verified. True means it's gone through their whole process, the KYC, the document checks we'll get into. It confirms the data's accuracy and in NFTs standing on the blockchain. Without that, it's just data.
Yeah.
Then it's verified value.
Makes sense. So you have this verified NFT. What's the final step? Step 5.
Step 5, use as collateral. This is the future-looking part.
Yeah.
The idea is you can use this NFT as collateral within their own future Matrix Bank or DAO protocol.
Or maybe even with traditional banks?
Potentially, yes, or with partner banks that agree to accept these NFTs.
Sure.
Now, the sources do mention that if you default on a loan where the NFT is collateral, the NFT may be retained by the protocol or lender. The exact mechanics would depend on the smart contracts and loan agreements, of course. It touches on that evolving legal gray area around digital asset collateral.
Definitely complex. Okay, so looking at this whole system, what are the big strategic benefits for users and for Matrix itself?
For the user, it seems pretty clear. You get this personalized NFT tied to real value. You potentially get access to funding using it as collateral. You have immutable proof of ownership on-chain. And you get those staking rewards on your NZT48.
Seemed like a good deal if it works.
And for the Matrix ecosystem, well, it drives natural demand for NZT48 tokens, right? People need to buy that 2%. The 12-month staking adds a lot of stability. It fundamentally links physical assets to DeFi, which is their core pitch. And frankly, it's a big innovation, giving them a competitive edge.
Okay, but linking real-world property, value, verification, that sounds incredibly challenging. How do they actually ensure these property NFTs are legitimate? Security and verification must be paramount.
Absolutely critical. And the sources do address this. They state that all property NFTs go through a pretty rigorous verification process before being issued. This includes KYC, Know Your Customer,
Standard stuff.
and comprehensive document validation. This could be manual or automated. To actually implement this, they talk about partnerships with real estate agents, notaries,
Boots on the ground, essentially.
kind of, and integrating with national databases via APIs where possible. Plus, using a decentralized Oracle system.
Oracles to bring in external data, right? Like property values.
Exactly. Oracles act as that secure bridge to bring verified real-world data like property valuations onto the blockchain so the smart contracts can use it reliably. It's a multi-layered approach to try and build that trust.
It sounds like they've thought it through. So once these NFTs are out there, verified, what's the long-term vision? How will people actually use them, especially given those legal complexities you mentioned?
The vision is versatility. They see them being used within their own future matrix lending protocol. Think DAO-provided loans collateralized by the NFT.
Okay.
Also, potentially usable with partner banks or financial projects that recognize these NFTs as proof of value. And interestingly, they mentioned trading on a secondary market.
Selling the NFT.
Yes, but here's the crucial caveat. If it's legally associated with the actual transfer of property ownership.
Ah, that's the tricky part. Linking the NFT trade to the legal title transfer.
Precisely. The sources highlight this innovative bridge, but they implicitly acknowledge that sorting out the legal framework for NFT trading to equal property transfer across different countries. Well, that's a massive hurdle.
Yeah, standardizing that globally seems like a huge challenge. Maybe the biggest one beyond the tech itself.
Could very well be. Matrix is trying to create a standard process for something that varies wildly right now. But the ultimate aim is clear. Make NZT48 a trusted asset backed by real property.
Encouraging, holding, building that bridge.
Exactly, that connection between blockchain and the physical world.
It's a big undertaking, like you said. What does their roadmap look like? Any key milestones coming up? And what about the smart contract features underpinning all this?
The roadmap kicks off pretty soon, actually. Q4 2024 is marked for the official NZT48 token launch on Polygon.
Okay, so that's imminent.
Then Q1 2025, they plan to launch the Matrix DEX, integrated directly into Telegram, plus links to popular wallets and other DeFi tools.
Telegram DX, interesting.
Q2 2025 is when they aim to roll out the staking system and distribute the first dividends.
Yeah.
And Q3 2025 focuses on expansion, getting listed on more exchanges, both centralized and decentralized.
Okay, a phased rollout. And the smart contract itself, any special features?
Yeah, the NZT48 contract is described as optimized for security and efficiency. It has that built-in staking function we discussed, but also notes a general 30-day lock period for regular staking rewards, separate from the property NFT staking.
Got it.
It features automatic fee distribution, handling that complex split to marketing, liquidity, dividends, burning, all efficiently.
Makes it seamless.
Hopefully. The owner can adjust trading fees, but there's a cooldown period built in to prevent, sudden crazy changes or abuse.
A safeguard.
And finally, that burn mechanism is baked in. A percentage as every transaction is burned, constantly reducing the total supply, which theoretically supports long-term value.
Okay, quite a comprehensive system. So as we wrap up this deep dive, let's quickly recap the main takeaways. What really stands out?
For me, it's really three things. First, that foundational proof of green idea, using advanced tech like quantum and AI for efficiency that's ambitious.
Yeah.
Second, the NZT48 token itself, its utility, the dividend incentives, the whole tokenomics structure designed for stability. But the real headline grabber has to be the property NFTs, that concept of creating a verifiable digital link to actual physical property.
Yeah, that's the potential game changer. So this deep dive hopefully has given you a shortcut to understanding what could be a really transformative project. It offers some fascinating insights into how real-world value might get tokenized and used in totally new ways.
It definitely pushes the boundaries.
Absolutely. So here's a final thought to chew on. If physical ownership can be seamlessly woven into a digital, decentralized ecosystem like this, what parts of our traditional financial systems, even our legal systems, might be next to fundamentally change?
And how could that reshape how we all interact with wealth and assets every day?
Something to think about. Thanks for joining us on the Deep Dive.